That's right. We have just under 3 days till the NFL draft. I cannot wait. I will be live day one with Spirit of Detroit podcast, and hopefully my guy, the Dern, can join me as well. So make sure you guys come and take part in the live stream, man. We do it every year, and we are expecting bigger and badder things for the 2025 NFL draft. But the Detroit Lions have brought in a couple people. These videos don't do too well, so I don't expect this one to do that well either. But they have brought in a surprise player in their top 30 visits. Now, they did end last week. I believe it was either Wednesday or Thursday. This information was just added via Ian Rappaport coming from his Twitter. Says, Arizona running back Cam Skattebo has had 2 final top 30 visits this week, meaning last week. You can see it's dated from April 14th. He's already visited with the Arizona Cardinals, the Browns, the Giants, but you can see that he didn't mention who those 2 were. The 2 were the Lions and the Tennessee Titans. Now, you might say, okay, Derek, what does this mean? And you would be right to ask that question. The Detroit Lions have, at this moment, Jahmyr Gibbs, David Montgomery. We have Craig Reynolds and Sione Vaki. Going into year 2, Craig was like an exclusive rights or something like that, probably going to be on the team. But I started to think, okay, why would the Detroit Lions do this? What could be the reason behind? Is there any validity to this? The answer is yes. If you come in for a top, the Lions only get 30 of these. If they're bringing in a running back for a top 30, that means that he is fully on their radar. But why could that be? We're going to dive into that in a second. Let's look at his draft prospect real quick. This is coming from NFL.com. He is 5'9", 219 pounds, and he is a running back. His prospect grade is good backup with the potential to develop into a starter. His overall next-gen stats grade is 88, which is good. Now, if we go down here and we look at his overview, let's take a look and see what NFL.com has to say. This is Lance Zierlein. Now, notice here, draft projection, a 4th round pick. I don't think the Lions have a 4th rounder. Maybe they do. I can't remember off the top of my head, but I'm sure you guys have put it in the comment section. And his NFL comparison is Jaylen Warren. 4th round pick. Keep in mind that the Detroit Lions have that 3rd round pick, but we also know Brad Holmes will trade up to get anybody he desires. Here is what the overview is. Carnage creator with a compact frame and elite contact balance. Skattebo can break through second-level tacklers and careen off bodies for extended yards after contact. He reads his blocks quickly and is more elusive in the early stages of the run than he's probably given credit for. He lacks top-end speed and will have to contend with bigger, better tacklers on the next level. Skattebo's effectiveness as a receiver out of the backfield should add to his draft value. His physicality and edge should bode well for him as a complementary back with 3-down value who is capable of helping an offense wear down the defense. His strengths is built low to the ground with a compact muscular frame, runs with excellent footwork in tight quarters, makes sudden, sharp alterations to the run lane when needed due to penetration, bursts into his top speed fairly quickly, which is not that fast, either breaks defenders' tackles or makes them feel his force. So he's a truck stick guy, elite run extender, relying on outstanding leg drive and contact balance. Quick vertical transition from catch to run underneath, adds yards after contact on swing passes and throws to the flat. So just off the top of the dome, it sounds like somebody we already has on our team. And I'm sorry y'all couldn't see the last couple. Let's go to the weaknesses. Make sure they're all in frame. There they go. Heavy involvement in punishing collisions could impact durability, which means that he will run you over and hurt himself. Lacks desired acceleration out of his cut, so he's not that fast. Must improve his ball security on the next level, so cut down the fumbles, missing straight line speed to outrun NFL pursuit. He's not that fast. Limited catch radius requires an accurate passer, which Jared Goff is. Needs to square up rusher instead of seeking shoulder shots. So he is a 100% truck stick kind of guy. Now, who does that kind of sound like? Not exactly, but in the ballpark of David Montgomery. Now, I'm starting to wonder if the Lions, we've already established that the Lions, they draft top 30 visits. You only have 30 of them, and they use one on a running back that is projected to go in the mid rounds. Could this be a potential insurance policy for David Montgomery? Now, I know what you're saying. Derek, Demo is the man. Monty is the guy. I'm with you 100%. But I'm wondering if the Lions are starting to worry potentially about maybe his durability or planning for the future. One thing that my guy Spirit of Detroit podcast pointed out that even I didn't recognize when we were on together for our live stream, you guys can check it out. Maybe I'll even link it in this video, is Brad Holmes tends to draft the replacement player a year before those players are replaced. But we just extended David Montgomery last season. But according to SpotTrack.com, the Lions actually have a potential out after the year that's already passed. We're already done with the 2024 season. And you can see here, potential out after 2025. Oh, no, potential out in 2025. So essentially, if they wanted to, the Lions could hypothetically move on from David Montgomery quicker than his contract is for. If the Lions brought in a running back that has David Montgomery type qualities, this could be a sign that they are preparing for the eventual departure of David Montgomery. I know we hate to say it. Monty is the dude. I hope that we win a Super Bowl. Don't forget, in October 2024, he signed a 2-year, $18 million contract extension with the Detroit Lions. We signed him for 3 years initially. Then he signed a 2-year extension, which is essentially the years, because he's already spent 2 years with the Detroit Lions. He's already been on the Detroit Lions for 2 years. And his original contract was 3. So what we wind up doing is we wind up giving him 3 extra years, but we know that these contracts are, the Lions can find ways out. So according to Spot Track, they have a potential out after this or the season that just passed. So at any moment now, according to Spot Track, they can move on from David Montgomery. I don't think they're going to do that. I just want to put that out there. I think that he's going to be on this team. However, it does raise a few questions. Who could maybe not be on the team? Could it be Craig Reynolds? Could Craig Reynolds make a situation where he doesn't make the team? We trying to put it back on the practice squad. But, of course, the Detroit Lions have to draft him in the first place. But like I said, from the traits that NFL.com is talking about and the fact that they brought him in for a top 30 visit, that is not something to be overlooked. So we got to talk about the reality of a situation, right? I think that David Montgomery will be a Detroit Lion in 2025. Do they draft this guy? Maybe they do. But we're not going to have 5 running backs on the roster. So if we were to take this guy, Skattebo, then I think that means the end of Craig Reynolds. That's what I think that means. That he would either be on the practice squad, but he would not be part of the 53-man roster. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Consider getting a Ridge wallet as well to support the channel. Any item you buy, I do gain a commission for that. I love my Ridge wallet. It is a great investment. And again, I'm not going to ever push something that I don't either have tried, will try, or I own currently. But I've got some outstanding news. Just got the confirmation today that my order has been shipped, and I am waiting on 7 items to come, and I will get them by the draft. So I'm excited about that. We have the black Lions Syndicate on blue. I'm excited for this one. We also have the regular traditional logo with the blue ribbon going on a black shirt. I have what I am excited for mostly is probably this item here. We have the training camp edition shirt. These shirts are 100% polyester. And if you know anything about the Lions training camp shirts, they have this exact look, this exact texture, and they're available usually during the training camp time. You have seen me in several of them. These are my favorite shirts. I love these. I try to buy one at least every year. Unfortunately, the blue ones are always gone. I do not own a blue Lions training camp shirt, but alas, I will be wearing my own. And now one of my personal favorites that I'm really looking to see what this is going to look like in person is the all grit inspired Lions Syndicate shirt with the silhouette of the Detroit, not the Detroit, but just the city in the background, the black on blue, and then the blue on black. And they do have subtle changes from the skyline. You can see here, that's a white and blue skyline on the black, and on the blue, there is a black and white skyline on the shirt there. So I'm excited. I should have these during the draft. The plan is to wear one each day during the NFL draft, and hopefully we'll get that going by the start of training camp. The goal is to launch no later than July 1st, just in time for training camp. So let me know what you think about Skattebo possibly coming to the Detroit Lions. If he was drafted, he's a mid-round pick. If he was brought in for a top 30 visit, the Lions are entertaining drafting him. It's just a matter of where he'll be. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. This channel is made possible by viewers, subscribers, and members just like you. It's because of your support I get to do what I do. You could be anywhere else on YouTube, but you choose to rock with me. Again, director members, if you have hit 6 months and you have not received your milestone gift, please email me. I want to get them out this week. Hopefully get it to you by the NFL draft. And if you have hit your 1 year, let me know as well. You will be getting the Motor City Muscle midi helmets. Trust me, they're not all going to be helmets that will change in the future. You guys are awesome. Take care of yourself and each other. And as always, go Lions.